I'm now going to go over number 5. There's really probably an infinite number of possibilities here, but we'll cover it enough in the video so anyone could get the idea, or so I hope. Give an example of a complement and a substitute in consumption for each of the following items. Letter A, bippity boppity bacon. What's an example of a complement to bacon? What do you have on your papers? I would guess most people probably listed eggs. Number 2, pancakes, French toast, baked potato, salad, everything. That would all those would be fine. Substitute for bacon. Ironically, one could say salad in terms of like healthy substitutes, but I doubt that's on any paper. I would guess the most frequently cited substitute for bacon would be sausage, perhaps scrapple. Bangers, if someone out there is English. Those are what we call hot dogs. The English have bangers and beans for breakfast. So breakfast meats are substitutes for each other. That's the idea. Letter B, tennis rackets. A complement to tennis rackets. I'm thinking number 1 choice out there, tennis balls, tennis nets, tennis courts. The little sweatbands that go on tennis players' wrists could be complements to tennis rackets. A substitute for tennis rackets. This one's a little bit challenging. I'm feeling racquetball rackets as a substitute for tennis rackets. You can't play, unless you're really into making it sporting, you can't play the exact same game, but you could switch over. A person who plays tennis might switch over very easily and play racquetball. So I think racquetball rackets are a decent substitute for tennis rackets. I don't know if you measured that, if you'd find a strong substitution effect, but theoretically they are. One could also argue volleyballs, because there's something you bounce over a net. The rules are similar between tennis and volleyball, so maybe people, if they didn't want to play tennis anymore, might start playing volleyball. Something like that. Coffee. I like coffee. A complement to coffee, cream, sugar, donuts. In our culture, bagels, coffee shops, do they have bagels? Across the board, don't they? Or you could say bagel shops have coffee, right? They go together. Substitute, I would guess most papers out there for a substitute for coffee listed tea. When I began my coffee addiction, it was because I realized how unhealthy all the Mountain Dew I was drinking was. 46 grams of sugar in a 12-ounce can. Somewhere there in my early 20s, I said, whoa, this has to stop, but I'm not going to try to sleep right. No. I'll switch over to something else, and that's how I became a coffee drinker. So a substitute for coffee could be tea, could be, in my case, Mountain Dew. Whatever your caffeine injection system would be, could be a substitute for coffee. Complement to automobiles. This is a little bit of a tricky one because tires, I know a lot of people write tires, and tires can be correct. Like you can upgrade your tires, but they're also an input to automobiles. So you got to make sure you know the difference. It's not wrong, but make sure you're thinking about how it could be, okay? Because that could get you into trouble. Complement to automobiles, roads, for sure. Cirrus satellite receivers. Fuzzy dice, right? They go with automobiles. I don't know where else you're going to put them. Toll plazas, road signs, accessories, any accessory that goes to a car, car seats, additions like I put in my cars. Any of those things are complements to automobiles. Substitute for automobiles, a lot of people are going to list motorcycles. An interesting one is public transportation as a substitute for automobiles. Public policy implications with that substitution effect across those, I think. So that's an interesting one. Uh, Walking shoes, bicycles, things like these are substitutes for automobiles. So I'm going to let this question response stand alone because I want to post with it a little clip from a comedian named Jim Gaffigan.